Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a drugstore-ish eyeshadow palette collection. So here's my plan. I want to do like my lower end drugstore and then kind of like indie brands and Colourpop, like basically anything besides like, if you can buy the palette at Sephora, that'll be in the next video. So they're not really like fully drugstore brands, but it's what I consider to be on like kind of the lower end of the spectrum in terms of affordability. Probably not like availability, because not all of them, like you can't go to CVS and buy most of these, but you know, like the Colourpop ones, the actual drugstore ones, and then like those random palettes from kind of the more indie brands that we tend to get in subscription boxes, so those types of palettes. So today I'm going to show you the palettes that I have that are in that category. I'm going to be doing a video soon on my higher end palettes, my higher end eyeshadow palette collection, and then I'm going to do a huge cutthroat declutter. I know my last eyeshadow palette declutter pissed a lot of people off because it was not cutthroat at all and it was not intended to be. However, this time it is going to be, because I have officially hit over 200 eyeshadow palettes. I don't know how. I mean, I do, it's subscription boxes, you know, but it's too much. There's a lot that I don't use. There's a lot of the color stories I just don't like very much. So we are going to do a cutthroat eyeshadow declutter. I want to get rid of probably about half. I do still get subscription boxes, which means that I will still be receiving new eyeshadow palettes pretty much on a monthly basis. So it's time to clear out the ones that I'm not using, pass them on to family and friends, donate the ones that I can donate, and just move them out. So today we are doing the kind of, I'm calling it drugstore because that's just the easiest way to do it, but it's more of like the lower end, more affordable, not super high-end brand named eyeshadow palette collection. Okay, so make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Make sure you hit that big red subscribe button if you'd like to see the next few videos in this little mini series. I'm probably not going to post them like one after the other because I have other videos that I want to post, but we are going to see, I guess. Okay, and we are going to jump into this and get started because otherwise we will be here all freaking day. So let's go. Okay, so first up we're starting with some smaller palettes. I consider a palette anything that's not a single, basically. So the Burt's Bees one, this is a Catrice Absolute Rose. This one is a nice palette. It's just kind of boring shades. The Burt's Bees one is also nice. I just never reach for it. This is a Model Co. little trio. I have a feeling I'm going to declutter quite a few of these. Moving on to Colourpop, I have the It's My Pleasure, which is a purple palette that I'm in love with. Purple is like my kryptonite, purple and blue. Just My Luck by Colourpop, a beautiful green palette. Oh my goodness, I'm obsessed with this palette. And then I also have the Main Squeeze palette, which is a beautiful red palette. I'm obsessed with the Colourpop monochromatic palettes. I think I have most of them, if not all of them, and they're definitely some of my favorites. The Lilac You a Lot, which is another purple palette that I'm obsessed with. This one I haven't given as much love as I have to It's My Pleasure, just because this one is newer, but those shades, like those are my shades. This is the Ooh La La palette. This is all pink shades, or like the majority are pink shades. So gorgeous. This is another one. Like the monochromatic palettes just speak my name, and I have such a hard time not getting all of them when they're released. This is the Mint to Be palette, which is one of their newer ones. I actually just got this one and I'm obsessed. The colors are so beautiful, and this is how you know that I'm like in love with it, because this is a newer palette for me and I prioritized it over my Project Pan palettes. Going Coconuts, this one is actually brand new. I have not gotten to play with this one yet. I'm not the biggest fan of neutral palettes, but I do have quite a few. And that one's definitely a gorgeous one. The Honey palette. Oh, I'm actually not very into yellows, but this one, I don't know why. Like, they're so crazy addicting to me, and I don't know why. Smoke Show is absolutely gorgeous. I love this one. A wonderful, like, this was actually in my, if I could only keep 10 palettes, because it's perfect. Orange You Glad, obviously an orange themed palette. Just, and look at that clementine shade. I mean, really, it's so, and I know that that's a pressed glitter, but it's so beautiful. The Soul palette, this one is actually not monochromatic, but it kind of fits with like the sizing of the monochromatic ones, and it is like, you know, just kind of a base palette. Blue Moon, obviously, I'm obsessed with blue palettes. I don't know why, like blue and purple palettes get me, you know. And this one, like Tide Pool, oh, Baby Got Peach. This one is probably one of my least favorites just because the shades are all very light and more like neutral-ish kind of. But Hungry Ghost, oh, I love Hungry Ghost. And Get Even is also a really beautiful shade. Strawberry Shake is another red themed palette. So gorgeous. This is actually one, I just picked this one up as well when I picked up the Mint to Be. I love it, but I haven't gotten to play around with it very much yet. The new Blush Crush, I just picked this up and I picked up Nude Mood. These are so gorgeous for neutral, for like palettes that are more on the neutral side. I love them. Nude Mood, and actually this one arrived broken, that top shade Wink Wink. So I haven't done anything to it yet because that's probably one of my favorite shades in this palette, that and Put On Airs, but gorgeous. This is the Biddy collab palette. Once again, it's not monochromatic, but it kind of fits in. I love the middle row. The entire middle row I'm there for. The bottom row I could care less about. The Frozen 2 Anna palette, I have a really hard time deciding if I like this one or the Elsa one better. This one is beautiful for like just neutral or darker looks. The Frozen 2 Anna palette, or the Elsa palette, is just, I mean, I think I do like the Elsa better because look at those. This is the Bretman Rock collection with Colourpop. This is the Lit palette. I love this one. I picked these up from the Ipsy add-ons actually. They're just so pretty. My only complaint with this is the wet one, is that the packaging is different than like the base Colourpop palettes, which kind of bugs me. All I See Is Magic from Colourpop. This one is really nice. A lot of really gorgeous shades, kind of like those gemstone shades in that middle row. I love those. Element of Surprise. I've actually been using this a lot recently. This is definitely beautiful. And then this is the She's a Rainbow palette, which is like where they send you the singles and you build it yourself. I mean, y'all know me in color shades though. This is the Milani Most Love Mattes eyeshadow palette. This one is definitely more on the, like, I'm not a huge fan of all matte palettes, but it's still really pretty. This one is by ITTSE. I got it in an Ipsy bag. I honestly don't love it. It's kind of boring to me, but it's nice. Jelly Pong Pong Original Sheen, gorgeous shades, but they are neutral. CoverGirl True Naked Dazed. This is obviously more of a rainbow palette. The quality is kind of sketch. So Susan Cosmetics, the Silhouette. These are all foiled eyeshadows. These are absolutely beautiful. I'm just, oof, the Real Her I Feel Beautiful shadow palette. I've never really loved the Real Her quality of these shadows. The Winky Lux, this is the Sugar Kitten. Stunning. Oh my god, I love it. And this is the Winky Lux Kitten. This was a BoxyCharm palette. I've used this quite a bit. The Crown Pro Glam Metals. This one I'm torn on. I don't know how I feel. Ace Beauty Grandiose palette. I am obsessed with this. I don't know why. Like, this color story just speaks to me. The shadows are great quality. This is the Scarlet Dusk by the same brand. Once again, great quality. They're so gorgeous. They blend beautifully. I love them. Next, we have the Ruby May #Mood. This is a stunning rainbow palette. Just, I love the shimmers. It's so gorgeous. IBY City Limits. This is the second time I've had this palette. And this is a semi-dupe for the Urban Decay Born to Run. It's nice though. Carity Cosmetics Picante. This is new to me. I'm obsessed. Like, this color story always gets me, and you'll notice a theme throughout my collection. Alamar Cosmetics. This one I was actually really impressed with, honestly. I didn't have a lot of high hopes for it, but I really like the formula of the shadows. Model's Own Barely There. A nice, very simple, neutral palette. It blends well, but it is kind of on the more boring side. Moving on to Morphe, I've got a ton. This is the 9A Always Golden. This is the 15D Day Slayer. This one's actually really nice. 25A Copper Spice. The quality of these is kind of hit and miss, but it's not horrible, and I actually do like the Morphe palettes. The next one, this is 25B Bronzed Mocha. Really beautiful neutral shades. Like I said, quality is kind of hit and miss, but it's not horrible. 25C Hey Girl Hey. This one, it's those pinks and those like coppers and the oranges. I'm obsessed. And then we have 25D, which is called Oh Boy. This is definitely probably one of the more boring ones, but still useful. It's got useful, boringish shades. This is the Morphe and Jeffree Star collab. Obviously stunning. Definitely a high point in the Morphe palettes for me. I'm a really big fan of their collab palettes, like the Jaclyn Hill palette. This is a classic. It's definitely one of Morphe's better palettes, one of the better things that they've done. and those blue shades at the bottom. And then the James Charles palette. I have no idea why mine is so dusty, but this is a very nice like quintessential palette if you're just starting out because it has such a wide range of shades. So that is my lower end collection. Like I said, let me know down below if you have any of the eyeshadow palettes that I have. I am going to go through and declutter some of these. I'm so nervous about the whole thing. I hope that the video wasn't too like shaky. It's very hard to do from that angle, but I wanted it to be kind of cohesive and easy for you guys to see everything. So let me know down below what you guys think about that too. Hopefully I can kind of tweak it before I do the high-end one. And yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.